the one Starland show that sticks out was the last time we played here, which was, I think it was almost a year ago, last October, 2008. Just because it was just, that whole tour we kind of just stripped down everything, and we were playing a lot of just small places because the record had just come out and everything, and that show particularly was really, really big, and it was good. It's a hometown show, so they're usually really good.
Probably the last time that we played here was a little less than a year ago, actually. We came through on a headlining tour shortly after our last record came out, and it sold out, oversold. Like, there was a ton of people here, like all of our family, all of our friends, everything. It was, you know, we hadn't been on tour in a while, and it was the first time like that we had like a big giant hometown show like that. And so it was just awesome.
We played here once for a benefit that was really awesome. It was like My Chem, I think Midtown played, Taking Back Sunday, I think Coheed played. It's benefit for right after Katrina. Mm-hmm. That was pretty cool because that was just a ton of pretty, you know, big bands. That one sticks out in my head mostly just because there's so many bands playing. It was very good.
In 2002, we went on our first tour with it was a band called Finch, and we were the opener for the whole tour. And we didn't really know tour etiquette. We were all like 17, 18 years old on this big tour, and somehow we had fans too across the U.S. So we were a little bit spoiled right away. So we would trash the dressing rooms, like ride skateboards through walls and eat the other band's food and drink their beer and stuff like that. And then after like 2 shows of doing that, we weren't allowed in the venue until we had to load in and play. And that's kind of where we learned what not to do on tour.
I wouldn't say that we overthink things now, but there was definitely like this wide-eyed kind of like whatever attitude that we used to really have. I think we still do to a degree, but you know, we just kind of know what we want to do more so nowadays.
The most stuff I remember about early shows is just you're just playing shows because you love playing shows.
You know, it was every show was a totally new experience. Every club and venue that we went to was a totally new experience, as well as the cities and just the traveling and everything.
That's what I remember. That was the most fun, was going to shows at VFW halls and, you know, fire halls and American Legions and people's basements and people's houses, and we played a lot of that stuff. That is, to me, the most fun aspect of being in a band. It's really fun to play in front of 2,000 people, maybe even more than that. We've played in front of, I think, the most 30,000 people. It's not the same as playing in front of 100 people that are in a basement where it's just there.
Me and Buddy and Garrett definitely have it's a very unique relationship for sure. I mean, the 3 of us are completely different people. I mean, we've got very diverse personalities. It's like it's actually a good thing. It's like a true triangle of every extreme, I think.
Being in a band and being on tour, you're forced to live with somebody in such small quarters. It's like living in a traveling dorm room for years, almost a decade at this point, and you learn. You probably know the person. The 3 of us probably know each other better than our families do.
It's weird because, you know, I know those guys better than I think their family knows them, or their girlfriends know them, or their future wives. Like, I'll know them better.
I think we always know what each other is thinking in a weird way.
I know exactly. If we step off the bus and there's 3 places to choose from to go eat, I know exactly where Buddy and Dan are gonna choose to go eat.
Communication is definitely a huge key in that, and I think that we really do communicate very well.
It translates into playing too. Like we don't even have to like tell each other what we're gonna do. It's like we just play with each other on stage and like improvise, but it's still kind of like our minds are in the same place.
One of my favorite experiences playing in Senses Fail came on the first tour that I did with them. It's actually 4 years ago today, on Halloween 2005. We played in Allentown, Pennsylvania, and you know, we hadn't really given much thought to costumes at all. We weren't going to wear them. We were just going to go up and play. But about an hour before we were supposed to go on, Buddy went to Walmart and brought back all these costumes. And he brought back a Darth Vader costume for me. So I dressed up as Darth Vader 4 years ago. And just playing in like the mask and the whole thing, it was a blast. And it was the only time I've ever played a show in a cape. And I don't suggest anyone else doing that because it was very, very uncomfortable.